And we are live on a very, very snowy day.
I hate the snow, Rob. I'm not going to lie.
I don't mind. I don't like it. I'm looking outside now, and it's still coming down, and it's getting thicker and thicker and thicker. And I'm like, I've got a run to do today. I've got a run at the weekend. I'm hoping it's not cancelled.
No, it's not part. Stafford half, isn't it,
No,
the
Stafford
weekend?
off, yeah. And if it's cancelled, I'll be gutty because I've got my eyes set on a PB. I've got people lined up to support me. I'm running with Dave Wallace, who's going to keep me on track with my pacing. So shout out to Dave Wallace. And then it's typical. I nearly swore then, but it's a clean podcast. It's typical that it might be cancelled. We'll see. We'll see. We've got plenty of
You'd
time
be
yet.
forgiven for dropping a swear word in because the snow really. I mean, I looked out the window yesterday. I had a session to do, like my first session post Cambridge, and it was about what time? Lunch break time at work. And I was like, I can't be bothered to do this. It was like ripping the band-aid off. I was like, I've got to get it. So I just went upstairs, put my kit on, and it was literally the hour before it started to come down thick. So I played it right. Um, I hope you can get your runs in. I hope Stafford half's on because I think you're in good shape. We'll talk about your training a bit later,
Yeah.
but you're in good shape.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so. It's Thursday today. We do it on a Thursday, so we've got Friday, we've got Saturday, we've got Sunday, and typical weather. It probably absolutely chuck it down over the next couple of days and actually get rid of all the snow.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be spring.
I
We're
know.
supposed to be coming into spring, and it's snowing.
The 9th of
I
March
don't-
and it's snowing. I mean, it's not that
I
cold. It's
know.
strange. It's not that cold by me, but there was
I
about
know.
3 or 4 inches of snow I had to scrape off the car this morning to get the girls to
Yeah.
nursery, which,
Yeah, we've had a discussion about running in the snow, haven't we? A couple episodes again. So I'm
yeah.
not going to mention it. But if you haven't listened to that and you're thinking to yourself, want to go out and go running in the snow, we had a question. Was it from Dave?
No, it was my mate Sam asking whether he could
Oh, Sam.
run in
Yeah,
the ice, and I told him to go for it because he's my best mate, and it wouldn't bother me if he slipped over. It'd be quite funny. But no, I think to be fair, looking at the snow, the way it is at the moment, it's that thick powdery stuff that's not slippy.
yeah,
So I think
no,
one of the Stoke Fit members had put a message on the Facebook page this morning. Is it right for me to run in the snow? And I actually think whilst it's like this, it's thick white snow. Get on a trail. It's actually quite pleasant. It's in the next
yeah,
couple of days where it starts to pack down. It gets cold overnight. It becomes icy. Um,
yeah,
the slush comes. You're actually at risk of like where it's been trodden down and it becomes hard, twisting your ankle, slipping over, all that sort of
yeah.
stuff. So I think you're still in the safe zone of getting out and doing a bit at the moment.
And also because it's so fresh, you could use it to refresh yourself. You could use it and drink it. But don't eat yellow snow. Big top tip for you. Don't eat yellow or
I
brown.
mean,
Leave it
we're gonna look
alone.
at diet later on in this episode. Yellow snow is definitely not on the diet. Um,
Definitely not.
but it's quite nice. We've got we live right next to a little golf course, a 9-hole golf course, and it's great because it's hilly and no one plays
Yeah,
golf in this weather. So it's really nice to get running out in the fresh snow on places where you wouldn't normally be able to run. Stick your trail
yeah,
shoes on. Don't use it as an excuse. Be safe, of course. Be safe, but get out there. It's good fun.
yeah.
Oh,
I'll be going. Hopefully, I'll be going later on
yeah, I
today.
was going to say, should we have a look at your training week from Thursday to
Yeah,
Thursday because you've got a big weekend
yeah.
coming up, haven't you?
I
Um,
have.
I was looking at this before we jumped on, and actually, I think your compliance so far this week, compliance basically being, um, have you been getting your runs in? Have you been adhering to what's requested? 45-minute easy, as you've done. Have you done your 45 minutes? That sort of stuff, and you've done all right. You've done well. Um,
I've done okay. There was a couple of times where
couple.
I didn't do one on Monday. Yeah, so I didn't do one on Monday. So I did me workout of the
Workout of the
week.
week. This is the four
Okay.
by 4 by 5 minutes. It was, wasn't it? Off 2 minutes
Yeah.
rest. How did you find it?
All right. I enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Like I said last episode, I think them kind of prescriptive runs
Mm,
almost I find enjoyable because I go out there with a plan and it tells me what to do on my watch. I just follow what it says on my watch. I'm a very simple kind of guy, so if it tells me what to do, I do it.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, I enjoyed it, and I go down to my routes that I use. So we go around the lake a couple of times. I had a couple of fishermen asking me, how many times are you going to go around here
How
today?
many fish you going to catch, mate? That's what you should have responded to me. How long are you sitting there for catching nothing?
But yeah, it was good. I enjoy it.
I
I
always
do enjoy them
I
kind of
always
things.
wonder when you're running around a lake where there's fishermen and dressed in camouflage and they're taking it really seriously, whether a runner puts the fish off. If you're a fisherman and
Yeah, that's
you're
true.
interested in running and you've got any knowledge about fishing, does a runner running around the lake disturb the fish so much that you don't catch? Because if it does, I'm going to carry on doing it.
Yeah, I think the kids that are in the park by the side of me probably going to disturb the fish more, chucking in rocks and stuff. So
But I
I
think
don't think they've got a rock.
that workout, to be fair, the 4 by 5 minutes. Have a look at it. I think your first 5 minute interval, you sort of grew into the pace a little bit, and it took you a little bit of time to
Mm,
get up to the pace. Do you find it comfortable getting up to your pace and holding it, or do you? Because sort of at the last three of the four, you got up to speed quite quickly and held the pace really well, and
yeah,
met sort of the prescribed pace for the three lots of 5 minutes. The first one you sort of took your time to get there.
I think it's just because well, it's not new, but it's just because it's going from easy running to 10k pace
Mm,
almost, and it's that movement up quite quickly. And I was trying to find my pace. I got the watch
yeah,
on, looking at okay, I've got to keep it in the green, and I was like, right, okay, I'm not quite sure about this. I don't want to go too fast, but I don't want to go too slow, and it's just trying to figure it out. But after I've got the first 5 minutes, I kind of knew what to
yeah,
expect next time, so I could able to get back to that pace. I'm getting better at pacing.
yeah.
I'm not fantastic at it, and I think I was speaking to Dave, who's going to be pacing me on, hopefully pacing me on Sunday. Dave Wallace, who's a Stoke Fit member, and I said to him, "I'm getting better at pacing, but I'm not fantastic at it." So
I mean, the good thing is, I think it's twofold doing these types of sessions in this workout of the week in 2, 3, and 4 of the 5 minute intervals, you really sort of found your pace, which is what you've just said there.
yeah,
But I always sort of say to people that are doing these sessions, it's not just about seeing if you can hold a certain pace and teaching the body to become comfortable at being uncomfortable. It's about learning the pacing strategies and knowing what
yeah,
certain paces feel like. So the more we do them, the more we learn. And that's another one of the reasons why we do these sessions. It's not just to give the body a good workout, it's to learn the feelings at different paces. So I actually think on that one you did really well. You've achieved what was asked of you there, Rob, which I think is
yeah,
fantastic. And how did you feel? You told me that you felt quite strong. It was a
yeah. I
7 out
did.
of 10, and you were feeling quite strong.
Yeah, I felt really. I felt strong. It was hard. Don't get me
Mm.
wrong, because it's that
It should be,
sustaining
yeah, it
that
should be.
pace for 5 minutes and then not stopping but slowing down and getting used to that slowing down and building the
Yeah,
back up the pace again. I think that's beneficial because that's what you do in races, I suppose. Sometimes there's times where you stop and have a drink, or
yeah,
there's times where there's people in front of you and you slow down quite quickly and then have to pick up the pace again. So I think that's good. But yeah, I felt
good.
strong. And like I say, I enjoy it because it is different.
Yeah,
It is
I mean,
different, and I know I've had people come and speak to me about actually wanting to do the run. And Jody, who sent a message, a question for later, she asked about doing it, and I
yeah,
says, well, this is what I did, and this is the pace that I did, and she's, I would say she's probably similar pace to me. She did the Cambridge half last week or the week before, and she did 2 hours 6, I think, so similar kind of pace to me. So I think I felt like a bit of a coach. I was coaching her
well, it's
yesterday.
good. It's you're learning stuff, and obviously doing this is teaching you or enhancing your knowledge. And it's good to be able to pass that on. I think that's the thing with running. As a coach, you can learn from other coaches. As a runner, you can
Yeah,
learn from other runners, and that's the thing. It's how you put that into your training. But it's good because you are pushing yourself once a week, and that's the 80-20 split that we talk about quite a lot. Easy miles and hard miles, and you're getting them in now with a bit of variety. Um,
yeah,
you obviously did your easy runs, 30 minutes easy on Saturday. Sunday we had 80
yeah,
minutes, but you did an hour. But we knew that because in the scheduling, sort of, I knew that you had the kids at the weekend, but
yeah.
still managed to get out and do that hour. Monday's run didn't happen. Is that because of what was that? Just general?
What happened on Monday? It was. What did we do? We went out. We went actually. For people that don't know, myself and my fiance are getting married I don't think I've mentioned it on the podcast yet, but we're getting married next January 2024. So we went to visit a person who's going to be making our cake. So we
Oh, so
went
you went
out
and
to
had
look at.
cake instead?
No, we didn't eat cake. We didn't eat cake, but the
Time before
meeting
you
was
buy.
supposed to be at 5 o'clock. Yeah, it's supposed to be at 5 o'clock, but it didn't start till 20 past. So we actually didn't get out until about, I think it was about 6:15, and then so I missed the club run. So we went out for tea instead and celebrated the fact that we just said yes to a cake. It's not yes to the dress; it's yes to the
Oh, so you've
cake.
got a cake. You've got a cake, have you?
Well, we've got somebody making our cake for us. We're having, I think so. We're having carrot cake. We're having 3 tiers.
Oi, oi.
Sorry, I know this is nothing to do about
Oh,
running,
but
so
everyone
bear
likes
with me,
cake.
people.
Cake and running goes hand in hand. Go on.
So it's a carrot cake to start, so at the top, sorry, for the smallest tier, and then we've got a lemon sponge in the middle,
Oh,
and then chocolate sponge for bottom. So
beautiful.
take your pick. So I didn't do it on Monday, so I haven't actually done any running this week yet.
I mean,
I'm on 0 miles. So
if you're
the
gonna pick a
first episode that
week,
we talked, go
if
on.
I was gonna say if you're gonna pick a week to go not do any running and sit and eat cake, it's taper week, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you've put a good shift in last week. We've gone into taper week. Did you was Tuesday the hour and 11? Is that football? Did football happen?
Yes, so we did. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we did football on Tuesday. So I have
Okay.
done
Got the
something, I
legs turning
suppose.
over.
Yeah, yeah, and it's going back to the first episode where I said I'm sitting here on 0 miles. I'm looking at my watch now. I'm on 0 miles again. But like you say, it's good because it's taper week, and I will be going out hopefully this afternoon after work to just go out and do my
Get
run.
your 30 minutes done.
Um, yeah, to get it out and just get an easy run in, and then I've got a rest day tomorrow,
Yeah.
which I'm looking forward to again. And then I've got, is it easy 2 miles with strides just
Yeah.
to get my legs turning over?
Well, it's 2 miles, roughly 20 minutes ish, with
Yeah,
some strides, 4 strides, just to get the legs turning over, ready for Stafford half on Sunday, which hopefully does happen
yeah.
because you put the work in, you're in good place for it. I think it will. I think it will.
We'll
We'll
see. We'll
see.
see.
But no, I think a good week's worth of training there. To be fair, and I'd be interested to speak about what we've got on what you did on Stafford half next weekend. Well,
Yeah.
in the next episode. Um, I mean, it's one of them. I think you just got to go and give it your all, haven't you? And you've got Dave pacing you, which is good.
Mm,
Good to see how you get on with that one. But there's no workout of the week this week
no, no
because
workout of the week.
you're racing. But obviously, a lot of our listeners being from over Stafford way, I'd imagine workout of the week for a lot of our listeners is going to be Stafford half.
Well, that's what I was going to say. My workout of the week is my focus of the week is going to be for Stafford Half.
If
So
you are listening to the show and you are doing Stafford half, and you see Rob, give him a wave, give him some encouragement. But share on Instagram or Facebook how you get on with your Stafford half results. Tag us in any pictures that you get. Reach out to us about your Stafford half experience. Ange Morton, if you're listening, write us a poem about Stafford half if you're doing it. Um, I think she,
Poets
I
Corner.
think she's doing it.
I think she
When I
is.
spoke to her
I'm
the other
pretty
week.
yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a couple of us from Stoke Fit are doing
Well,
it.
good luck to
Um,
everyone.
yeah, good luck to everybody, as well as good luck to me. Wishing myself good luck. I don't know if that's a thing, but it
Oh,
is now.
wishing himself good luck. Good luck, Rob.
So, anyway, let's talk about your big experience on Sunday.
Big experience, yeah. Cambridge half marathon. PB'd,
Yeah,
1 minute
massive
PB,
PB.
1 minute PB for a time of 1 hour 20 minutes and 50 odd seconds for the half
Wow.
marathon. Um, I was over the moon, to be fair. Like I messaged you to say it had happened,
You
and to be
did.
honest, I cried like a baby if when I'd finished. It was the only thing that could come out of me. To be fair, I
You give everything else.
I've trained for it, and it's been an ambition of mine to sort of get close. Well, I want to get sub 80 minutes for a half marathon. I'm still not quite there. I know it's going to come, um, but in this block, I was glad to get the PB, and I've put a lot of hard work in. I lost a couple of weeks of training with a tight calf the week building up to Rugeley, so I didn't do Rugeley 10 because of
Yeah.
it. I had to sort of look after myself in that sense, and I thought, what was going to be left, but I put a really big effort in. I got the course was lovely. It was really well spectated. Um, it sort of has a bit of an uphill climb, not massively steep, not a big gradient, but an uphill climb up until about 9 or 10 miles. And I got to a point at 10 miles, and there was like a drumming. I don't want to say band, but a drumming group on the side, big drummers, and the woman that was leading them was like getting right into it. I heard it, and it went straight through me. The drumming did, and it like really picked me up for like a good
Yeah,
3 mile downhill effort. I was absolutely shattered,
yeah.
but I felt myself getting all emotional at that point. To be fair, because I was like, if I can hold on to this for 3 miles, it's going to be a good race time. Um, I finished and I saw Rach at the finish line, and she sort of asked if I was all right. I went over to the only thing I can do was to look, sort of lean on the railings. Um, then my eyes started filling up, and I was gone. I was like, but it's funny because for 5 minutes after the race, like you funnel your way through the thing to like your medals and pick up your water and stuff. And obviously, I'd looked like I'd put an effort in, and I had a couple of stewards and volunteers and St John's ambulance asking me if I was all right because obviously I looked a bit of a state. It's the first time I've experienced it. I literally couldn't speak. I actually couldn't speak for 5 minutes because I think I would
And for
just.
people that listen to the podcast who know that's quite an impossibility, that he can't speak.
All right, all right. We're on a podcast. It's good to talk, Rob. But no, a great experience, and I've enjoyed the moment. I'm back out training, Birmingham in May, and sub 80 minutes is on the
I was going
books.
to say, is that your next
That's
target
the
then?
target. But I've got crew 10k in 4 weeks, so
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to
yeah,
that first. Don't get too carried away, like.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
it was
I
good.
can completely agree with the emotions of it. I can remember London doing London Marathon. I got to about mile 20, and people were saying to me, "Oh, you'll get emotional, you'll start welling up, and you'll start thinking about things." And I was like, I want to do that. I'll be all right. I want to do that." I got to about mile 20. I'm not really told anybody this, but I can remember because I was running for Parkinson's UK. I was running for my granddad and Laura's granddad, who recently passed away with Parkinson's, and I just kept thinking about them,
Mm.
and that was running through my head. And even now, thinking about it now, making me a bit emotional. Thinking about them, I didn't cry, but that's what
You
drew
cried.
me on.
I've admitted my
Yeah.
crying. Come on, you cried. Did water come out of your eyeballs?
I had a tear coming out of my eye.
Yeah.
There you go. But that might have been sweat at mile 20. But it does get you, doesn't it? The
Yes.
emotions do get you. You put everything in, and you're physically drained. And just one little thing, like thinking of my granddad and Laura's granddad, just made me feel like, oh my God, I'm going to bloody cry
I
here.
mean, when you're running for
But
such a
yeah,
worthy cause that is so close to your heart, and you forget all of a
yeah,
sudden actually why you're doing the race because you spend so long sort of training for it, you become absorbed by the
yeah,
training. When you're actually in the
yeah,
moment, whether you've set yourself a big goal that you're working towards, or even better than sort of a personal goal, is the money that you're raising for a well, uh, a well-deserving charity, you can get that emotion take over. So we talk about
yeah,
goal setting all the time and why you're doing things. I think you need to make sure you don't. If you are listening, you've got looking for a reason as to why you're doing something. Don't sort of forget the reasons why. Whether that be personal targets, fundraising, doing it for people that you love, or whatever. Just make sure you
yeah.
hold on to that because it can really take you to another level in terms of your performance.
Yeah, that's what drew me through the last couple of miles. It was like,
Mm.
right, I've got to do this. I've got my granddad will be watching, looking down. Laura's granddad will be looking down, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
And that's where the pose comes from on the photos, right? The thumbs up in the
Yeah,
sky.
the albatross. Yeah, well, there's a picture of me doing. There's
Yeah.
like literally a picture of me pointing up to the sky, and I don't know if it was at the same time as doing as thinking
That's
about it,
the
but that was
the inner
yeah.
footballer coming out of you with your celebration, looking at the sky.
Yeah, but I wasn't even. I don't think I was anywhere near the
Well,
finish at that
maybe,
point. But
maybe, just maybe, we might see a bit of that at Stafford half. So good
maybe.
luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
Dave, keep him on pace, and we'll have a recap on the next episode next week to see how you got on. And listeners,
Well,
remember to tag us in your posts if you are doing it. But
a massive well done to you. Massive well done for you
thank
to
you,
Cambridge.
thank
I
you.
think it's really good. Really good.
Should we give out some more celebrations? Should we have a look at the Strava leaderboard?
Yes, let's. So we've had messages. We'll come on to the messages in a bit about somebody that was really keen to get top of the leaderboard. We'll come on to that in a minute. But what we've done from Monday to Sunday, so last week's, we've got in third place, 55.4 miles. Well done to Liam Clay. very well done.
Was that
I
first
think
time
he's
Liam's in
featured
the
on the.
top three? He's been on
No, I
the
think he's
board
been. I think
before.
he's. Yeah, I think he's been in the top three before, but I think it's the first time he's come third. Second place we have with 57.1 miles, Amanda Kelly, so a Stoke Fit member. So well done, Amanda. I think she's done really well. I think she's got Knighton coming up in a couple of weeks, so she might feature again. And then top of the shop with 57.7 miles, she's there again. She's
Ooh,
cracking them
who's
miles
that?
out. Alicia Gilbert.
No,
Yeah, she's there again.
no,
57.7 miles.
shock.
We just need to say, and the Alicia Gilbert board goes to.
Yeah, Alicia, well done. Great consistency. We talk about it every week, but well done.
It's the first time in a long time that Sean hasn't actually featured on the top three, so I'm going to give him a mention. So he came fourth with 44.2, Sean Moynihan. So well done, the geezer from New
Top man.
Zealand. So this week, so from Monday to Thursday, I'm going to draw it out. The suspense for Dave. So in 28.4 miles, so in third place is Alicia Gilbert.
Oh,
So she's there again. Closely, Andy Torby did well, so he was 26.7. So he was on the leaderboard for a long period of time. So well done to Andy. That's somebody that we know. We've met a couple of times. He's an NS and North Stas Road Racers Association runner. So we've spoke to him a couple of times.
North Stas Roadrunners.
Number 2
Is
is
he?
North Stas Road Runners. Yeah, he is.
I like our North Stas
Or
Roadrunners.
NSRRA.
No,
Yeah, I
North
do
Staff
too.
Roadrunners, Rob.
Anyway, moving on. Second place is Sean. So well done,
Oh, top man.
Sean. Short top man from New Zealand. It's Sean Moynihan, 38.8. And well done, Dave Morton.
I can't believe he's got that,
With
to be fair. I mean, we are doing it again
with
slightly earlier.
39.1 miles.
Slightly earlier on the Thursday than we did it when we introduced the leaderboard. And he's just pipped Sean Moynihan to the lead. But Dave, got, he's kept us entertained, hasn't he, Rob? Dave.
He has, he has.
He,
So Dave is he's friends with Ben, but I've also met him. We went to watch Wrexham versus Solihull Moors together, so I have actually met Dave. But he was messaging saying that he wants to get top of the Strava leaderboard. He was asking us questions. What time do we do the podcast? What time do we need to make sure me miles are in for? And I've done double runs on days,
egging
and
him
then
on
we
to
were
try
saying,
and get
well,
another one done.
yeah, well, you might need to do another one because Sean normally goes out at this time, and then we were trying to wind him up, but he has done it. He's done a very good job.
I mean,
39.1
the
miles.
good thing is with
Well done,
Dave, if you
Dave.
look at his activities, at the start of January, he'd done a 4 mile week, a 9 mile week, a 12 mile week, 19 mile week, 26 mile week. So he built it up. Then for the last 3 weeks, he's pretty much done nothing.
Yeah.
And then this week he's gone big, 39
Yeah.
miles.
It's
He's gone big.
Well, he's aiming for 100. He's aiming for 100 kilometers this week, isn't
Yeah,
he? He
so
must work in
he's
kilometers.
double runs, but he's funny because he's been double run day. Like most people who go out in the morning and then get a bit of rest and go out in the evening. He's been going out at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and then going out at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So-
Yeah. So literally a couple of hours in between them.
and this is a guy that's just had a new baby, so he's obviously running away from something.
The baby's pooed again. I'm just going out for a run.
Well, one who smelt it, doubt it. But Dave, congratulations, mate. You deserve it. You've put the work in. He's done a Rob, and he probably won't run for a week now.
Yeah, that's it now, Dave. You can have a rest. He didn't hide us though. I said to him that might be a good suggestion because people tend to pick up on it, and I'm not saying it's because we're really big or anything like that. But to get top of the Strava leaderboard, it seems to be a bit of an accolade at the moment. So I had to hide my activity to make sure that people didn't pit me to the post. So you've done well, Dave. So well done, Dave.
Well done.
We'll give you that. We'll give you
Just
that.
about. Should we have a look at a listener's question? And it is